he putting that chair in the pool like it is a floaty? That is not what that's for. Oh my gosh. Why is he doing that? Why? Oh my goodness. Hold on, Chuck's talking back. Okay. Let me make sure I'm still recording because like I said, my thing be acting stupid. Damn, that boy got so much sunscreen on there, she didn't even try to rub it in him. Let me stop talking about the kids. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Brianna Alexis if you're new here. And if you're not, thank you for returning. I just came back from working out, so I look a hot mess. I don't look a hot mess, I'm kidding. I actually kind of look cute. But I look a hot mess in the sense like my hair is not done. I took that wig off because, babes, it was getting annoying. So, but luckily I braided my hair down. So I'm about to go in the house, take a shower, and just take this out. And I put like some leave-in conditioner when I braided it down, so hopefully it gives a cute little braid out, you know, vibe and look. And I don't really have to do much to my hair. But if it doesn't, I guess I'm just about to throw back on another wig because I'm not walking around with these two pigtails in my head. That's why I got this hat on. Anyways, it's such a nice day outside. So before I went in the house to go take a shower, I was like, let me come sit out by the pool, feel this breeze, some nice little breeze. It's like the sun is out, but it's not too hot. It's kind of cloudy. Well, it was kind of cloudy earlier, but now it's like not really cloudy, but the sun's not beaming. Like, it still feels good, and it's windy, and I love that. It feels so good. It's like such a nice day out. Just come chill and relax. I don't know, I feel like ranting a little bit. This is gonna be like a part 2 of my little life lessons video that I made, but I don't know, it's gonna be a little bit more of a chill type of vibe, like more conversational, more just like big sis talking to little sis, big sis talking to little bro, mentor talking to mentee, you know. Let's have a conversation, let's chat. But yeah, I want to have a quick little session. I'm gonna try not to rant for too long because the storage on what I'm recording is acting stupid. It really gets on my nerves, so it might cut off on me in the middle of me talking. I'm gonna check in like 5 minutes to make sure it's still recording. But anywho, let me just get right into the first thing I want to talk about. So dang, you guys are not gonna see the video that I'm talking about yet because I'm posting it on Wednesday. But in that video, I won't say what it's about. If you guys want to know, you guys are just gonna have to tune in. It's gonna be dropping on Wednesday. But briefly in that video, I kind of mentioned something about like family and like how I felt around my family or whatever. And it probably kind of sounds negative when you watch the video, but I mean, it is kind of negative. But just thinking about, because that's like something I recorded like the other day, so it's still like fresh in my mind. But like just thinking about like family, one of the things that I've learned so far is that you have to learn to appreciate your family or where you come from. I wouldn't say I have the best of families, and I know that probably sounds really bad, but if I'm being completely honest, like I don't have the best of families. Like, my family is so, they love to argue with each other. They love to not even argue with each other. It's not that they like to argue with each other. Sometimes it feels like they literally like don't like each other. Like, it's always an issue, it's always a problem, it's always drama. Like, I can't think of too many times where it's like we're all together and it just feels like a loving environment, like everyone's just gets along and loves each other we're the best of friends, right? But like, and I used to really like, I hate to use the word hate because hate's a very strong word and I don't really like that word, but I used to strongly dislike that about my family. I used to just be like, I used to love going to my best friend's house because her family is the complete opposite. They're like always together, always doing something together. They like this. So I used to love going around her family. Anytime I came across like friends who have like, who what it seems like has a pretty good close and tight family, I used to love being around them. I used to love watching TV shows, movies where I see just better examples of families and how close they are and stuff like that. And I used to kind of strongly dislike that my family was not like that, to the point where like I didn't like going around them. Like if they did do something, like have a little get together or whatever, I would, and my mom would be like, do you want to come? I would say no. Like I would not want to go around them. If they came around us, like came to our house and stuff like that, I would do my best to stay away, like stay in my room or lock myself up or something like that. Like I just didn't want to be around them because I just always felt like, what's the point? But as of recently, and I would say like within the past like 2 years, I've learned that no matter how dysfunctional or bad your family may be or how good they are, you have to learn to appreciate like where you come from, the environment that you were in, even if it's not like the best of environment or the best of situations. Because believe it or not, like without that situation, it wouldn't have made me the person I am today. So I think a lot of the things that I do, a lot of the choices that I make are based off where I come from and what my environment is. And as opposed to like most people, they kind of tend, like they make choices based off what they know. So like if their family's like dysfunctional or just not the best of families, or they're just so used to it being one way, typically when they make their own choices and stuff, like they make their choices almost the same or similar because that's all they know. But for me, I do the opposite because I know how my environment is, and because I don't really like, you know, the way that my family acts or how they are and how like the environment that I grew up in and stuff. I don't necessarily like it or agree with it all the time. When I make my choices and my decisions, I make it like the opposite of what I know or what I'm used to. Like I'm like, I don't want to be like that, so I'm going to do the opposite of what I know or what I'm used to. And so I've learned to like appreciate, regardless of like just how crazy my family could be, I've learned to appreciate them because it's like, if I didn't grow up around them, if I didn't see them, like if they weren't in the way that they were, I probably wouldn't made the choices that I make now, or I probably wouldn't have the viewpoint or have the type of like desire or goals for my future family as I do now, you know? So yeah, basically learn to appreciate where you come from, no matter how good or bad it is, because at the end of the day, it's your family. What can you do? You don't have to love them. I mean, you don't have to like them all the time or be around them all the time, but it's like, they're your family. And then another thing I learned about family is that like, you can make your own family. Like your family doesn't have to be your blood. Like my friends that I have, my close friends, I consider them family. Like they know my immediate family. I know most of theirs. When I go off and have my own family, have my own kids and stuff, like I'm gonna be telling my kids that that's their aunties and uncles. I'm not about to be like, that's my best friend. No, that's your auntie, that's your uncle, that's your family. It's how I'm about to be with my friends. So it's like, you can literally make your own family. It doesn't necessarily have to be blood. So yeah, that's like a little tip that I learned about family. I won't get too much into it because I can go really deep into family matters, but nah. Moving on. Oh, this is another thing that's kind of similar to, I kind of mentioned in that video that you guys are gonna see. next Wednesday if you watch it. I kind of talk about it at the end, so if you watch it, watch to the end because I have a little note at the end. So watch it. But when you see that video, I talk about a lot about like feeling alone. And one thing that I've learned is that there's like a billion people in the world. Okay? We may often feel alone, but we're not lonely. Like, there's so many people out there in this world. We're never really lonely. Like, people go through everything that you may feel, and whatever you may be feeling that you think that you're the only person going through it, it's 9 times out of 10 not true. Like, there's somebody else who's going through it. You just have to like find a person that you can relate to. That's like the purpose of me making these YouTube videos, is because when I was younger and I was growing up, like, I didn't have people around me that expressed the things that I felt I was going through. And so I always just thought I'm the only person going through them. Had I had someone who openly shared like some of the things that they were feeling and like talked to me and or shared like their experience and like their feelings with me and stuff, so where I can look up to them and be like, oh my god, like I feel the exact same way. Like, to know that I'm not the only person feeling these ways, it would have helped me so much more. Oh my gosh, I would have loved that. This like little self-development that I've like self-growth and self-development that I've like recently gotten better at over the last 3 or 4 years would have happened way sooner. Way sooner than it did. It just would have been help. That's like my purpose of making these videos, is because I know that I didn't have that around me, and so I often felt like no one gets it. And so I'm making these videos in hopes to like reach someone out there who may be feeling the exact same way that I did, for them to watch this video and be like, oh my gosh, like I'm not the only person who feels this way. Like, somebody else out there feels exactly what I'm feeling and they can relate, and so that they don't feel lonely. Because you can be alone, but it doesn't mean that you're lonely. Ooh, so like, okay, I'm gonna put it in the description, but I do have another Instagram page. I'm gonna consider it's my business page. It's called YLG Lifestyle. It's my brand that I'm in the process of forming or making. So go check that page out. Follow me. It's basically gonna be like a page where I post like inspirational, motivational quotes and sayings from my own mouth. So it's not nothing that I'm copy and pasted off of Google. It's definitely something that I forward myself. Just so like you have like your daily like motivation and stuff. I have some other things that I plan on doing with that page as well. So stay tuned to that. But for right now, it's more so like a motivational page. So if you guys be needing some daily motivation, make sure to follow that page. Like I said, I'm gonna put the Instagram page in my description with my other socials, so check that out. But anywho, I posted something the other day about like it was yesterday because it was Friday. I was saying like it's Friday, treat yourself, and then I had posted another thing saying that like you can be selfish without being, what did I say? Oh, you can put yourself first without being selfish. And the reason I posted that is because like I used to think that like treating myself and putting myself first and only thinking of, not really only thinking about me, but like just doing little things for me used to be kind of perceived as being selfish. And I think a lot of people think that sometimes, like they don't want to tell people no, or like they don't necessarily like to do for other people and, you know, think of other people before like considering themselves first, because they don't want to come off as like being selfish. But I've come to realize, or I've learned, that like you can put yourself first without being selfish. And the reason I figured that out is because I feel like when you're being selfish, that's you thinking about yourself without consideration for people. So it's like you intentionally doing things for yourself without like other people in mind, without taking into account of like how certain things that you do can hurt people or make other people feel. Like you are literally just only thinking about yourself and really do not care about what anybody else feels or may think about it or how it may affect other people. That is being selfish. But when you put yourself first and you do stuff for yourself out of consideration for people, so what I mean by that is like, say for example, I'm trying to speak a little bit louder because there's a truck walking by, so I'm trying to make sure it's not overpowering me. But like, say for example, I don't know, somebody wants you to ask you to do them a favor or something. They want you to do something for them, but like you already have like a pretty packed schedule. Like you want to do it for them, but you have a pretty packed schedule, and so it's like you're not telling them no. Like you can do it, but it's like you're gonna do it after you get the stuff that you have done first. Like I feel like that is okay, because it's like, what is something that you already have planned to do, you can't, like without you actually doing it, it's going to make you unable to do whatever it is that they're asking you to do. So it's kind of like almost think of it as like you have to be able to take care of yourself in order to be able to help other people. Like if you're not well, if you're not taken care of, if you're not energized like you need to be, if you are not satisfying yourself, how are you going to be able to do something for somebody else anyway if you're not all the way put together? So it's like I feel like treating yourself and putting yourself first out of consideration for other people, so basically just making sure that you're taken care of so that you're able to do for other people, is not being selfish. And so when you treat yourself, when you put yourself first, like if you have that in mind, if you have that type of mindset, if you're putting yourself first for those reasons, then it's like you can never really be perceived as selfish. I mean, if people take it as you being selfish, then that's on them. But if you know that you're not just like completely disregarding other people, then you're not selfish. And always put yourself first. Always. Oh my god, there's kids coming to this pool. I hope they don't start yelling and stuff. I might have to wrap this up and move to another location because I don't want them to be too loud. Okay, I moved. Going into my next little topic, it kind of goes along with what I was just talking about. But like, you cannot help anyone, right, that does not want to be helped or that's not ready to accept your help. Oh my god, that was like one of the biggest and hardest lessons that I've had to learn. It's like, because I'm someone who I really like to help people. I don't like to see people like struggling, especially people that are close to me. I don't like to see them struggling, and if I by all means am able to help in any type of way, like I'm gonna want to do that. Like I don't want to see anybody struggle, especially when I can see your capabilities. I can see like that you're able to achieve something, you're able to do something, that you're more than capable. Like when I can see that like you have the potential to be or do something like really good and good for yourself and just be great, like I want to help in any type of way to get you there, especially when you're in your lowest points where you may not have that confidence or have that drive or motivation to do it, because I know how it feels to be in that low space, like in that such a low space like that. Like I was in a low space like that, and I was just strong enough to be able to get myself out of it. Granted, it took some time, but I was able to do it. And I feel like everybody has that ability to get themselves out of it, to be strong enough to pull themselves out of it. But there's some people, I feel like everybody has the capability to do that. Sometimes you just need a little push. Sometimes you need someone to like show you that you're strong enough to do that or whatever. So I really like to help people, but I had to learn that like you cannot help anyone who's not ready to be helped or who doesn't want to be helped. Like, it's literally trying to like break down a brick wall. Like, it's not going nowhere. It's not gonna change. If that person is not ready to receive help, if they don't want, if it's a difference between like wanting to receive help or just like ready to receive help. If they don't want to receive help, that's like a whole nother thing. Like, if they genuinely don't want help, they want to stay the way that they are. Like, it's sad and it may be hard to kind of like accept that, but you have to learn to accept that. Just be like, there's nothing more that, especially if you like exhausted all that you could do, you literally just have to like let go. It's hard. It's really hard, especially if you really care about that person or really, you know, want to see them do good. It's so hard, but it's like you gotta just accept it, right? And those, for those people who are not ready to receive help, it's also pretty hard too, because it's like, dang, like you're so close, or I'm literally giving you the key, the roadmap, the blueprint. Just do it. But if they're not ready, if they're not like at that point where they can see that or accept that, like, you also just have to learn to be like patient and like also kind of accept that and just let them, whenever they're ready, they'll come to you, they'll reach out. Like, if you've tried all that you could do, when they do reach a point where they're like ready, like, they know that you've been trying to help, so they'll eventually, you know, be receptive. They'll eventually like reach out to it. You just have to allow them to do it. It's kind of like what is it, like the stages of grievance or whatever. I don't know all the stages by heart like that, but like, you know how like every stage, it takes time or a certain period before you get to that first point. So it's like when you're trying to help someone who's not ready to be helped, it's just like they just haven't reached that point of that stage of accepting help or wanting help. So you just have to allow them to like let them go through whatever they're going through until they've reached that point, no matter how hard it is, because it could be really hard to like just watch someone just like do bad or just go down or just spiral out of control. Like, it's so hard, like, again, especially if it's someone that you really care about. It's so hard, but like, it's one of those things, you know, as a kid where your parents be like, they'll learn where they be like, they'll learn, or that analogy where, well, I don't know if it's really an analogy, I think at least in the black community, in a black household, if you see a stove on and you go and touch the stove, it's like the parent done told you not to touch the stove and you went and touched the stove anyway. So now you learn because you actually touched that stove. So sometimes you just gotta let people actually experience things in order for them to like get it, in order for something to click in their head. So hard. Like, it's very much so easier said than done, but you have to just find a way to like be okay with it. Just let them go, let them come to you when they're ready. Another thing that I've come to learn is that you have to stop giving more of yourself to people who are not giving you the same thing in return. Ooh. Oh my God, just thinking about it annoys me, because that was so me. Like, I'm such a giver. I love to just give, and I give without expecting anything. Like, I'm not someone who's like gonna do for you or give for you and expect something back in return. Like, I give and do because I want to. Like, I can't speak. Effortlessly, I give and do for people, not expecting anything. But at this grown age, I've started to like reflect and just realize that like people will be taking advantage of you. And if they don't take advantage of you, they definitely like, they undervalue you, I feel like. And I feel like that they undervalue you, or they like take you for granted. I feel like that's a little bit worse than being taken advantage of, to me, in my opinion. Because when you see that someone doesn't like, they don't see your value, that you bring to their life, or they overlook that, or they take that for granted, that's pretty hurtful. Because it's like, why am I doing all this stuff for you? And you're not doing anything for me back. Like, you're not valuing the things that I do. You're kind of just taking. But it's like, do you respect what I'm doing for you? Does it mean anything to you? Or you just like the fact that I'm just giving? And that now you're starting to be like, I don't know, you kind of almost feel a little used a little bit, because it's like, you feel like you're giving to someone but you're not receiving anything back. Not necessarily like tangible things that you're receiving back, but like the intangible things too, like a thank you is something to receive back that's like means a lot, or like I appreciate that, or I appreciate you, or just little intangible things. It just be like, I just learned that you just can't really, you gotta start giving more of yourself than what you're able to receive. Like, don't let people overlook your value, underappreciate you. It's not a really good feeling at all. It's really not. It makes you think like, dang, I'm such a good person. But why, like, can't other people see that I'm a good person? Or why does it feel like other people don't see that I'm a good person? It's not a good feeling. Just stop doing it. If you do that, if you're that type of person, this is your sign to stop doing it. Because it's like, what are you getting out of it? Aside from just genuinely liking to give. But it's like, you deserve to, you don't necessarily have to give and do to expect or receive anything back, but like, sometimes you deserve to receive something back. And so it should be a balance, a good little balance. Like, you got to receive something. Even if you're not expecting it, you should be receiving something. But yeah, stop doing that. If you do that, stop doing that. I'm gonna end off here, because what time is it? I need to go take a shower, and these kids are loud. It's 2 o'clock, damn. Alright, the last thing I'm gonna end off with, communication is key, you guys. I know everybody says that, but oh my gosh. Like, I just learned this. I didn't just learn this. I hear it, but I've just experienced it. It is key. It is everything. If you do not know how to communicate, oh my goodness, y'all. Oh, I should make a whole little video just about communication. I probably should. I really should. But it is so key. And then a part of like, when I say communication is key, or learning how to communicate, I don't just mean like the talking part of communication, like saying how you feel, being like transparent, being honest, speaking up. That part is, yes, learn how to do that. That's essential. But the other part about communication that's really important is listening, y'all. I think I'm doing I do that part. I do really good. I had to work on like the actually verbally talking, speaking up, being transparent, being honest. Well, not being honest, because I'm always pretty honest, but actually like saying exactly what I feel, and not just letting things like, not just tucking them under the rug, not just not saying them at all or keeping them to myself. But for other people, my issues it's listening. Like, not a lot of people know how to listen. Like, listening is not just like how y'all sitting here listening to me talk right now. Like, y'all on the other side of the screen, y'all not saying nothing, y'all just listening to me talk. That's good, but it's like deeper than that. I feel like listening is like listening to understand, not listening to hear. Like, when you're listening to somebody, you need to kind of like use your context clues, think outside of the box, like really listen to understand what they're saying, why they're saying it, all the things. Like, someone could tell me I'm gonna use the simplest example. Someone could tell me, like, I don't know, what's a good example? someone could tell me like they're in pain, right? And they can be describing their pain. They can be telling me like what's causing them pain, where the pain is, how the pain feels, and stuff like that. And I'm not just gonna look at them and be like, oh my gosh, they're hurting. But I'm a listen and be like, I'm the type of person, I'll listen and probably be like, oh my gosh, you probably have this or you probably have that. Like this is probably causing your pain, because I'm listening to like how they're describing the pain. I'm listening to like where they feel it, and I'm using like just thinking outside the box and using context clues and trying to listen deeper and trying to understand like why they're feeling this pain. I'm not just listening to them just for them to tell me that they're in pain. I don't know if that was a good example or not, but like I feel like it is. Like, you know, when you listen to people, you have to like really, sometimes, like I understand that people be like, sometimes like they can't read minds, you have to say exactly what they're feeling, but some people just don't know how to say exactly what they mean or exactly how they're feeling. They only know how to like describe something. And so like I feel like you have to, hold on, okay, but yeah, sometimes you have to like, I don't know, you just have to listen deeper. Communication's key, y'all. That's all I can say. It solves a lot of your problems. If you're able to just talk and express yourself and be able to listen and listen to understand, it solves a lot of the smaller issues in life. Oh my god, this little boy is about to take this other chair and put it into the pool. Like, they're not supposed to be doing that. That is not a floaty. And I don't know why their parents are letting them do it. Like, they're taking these people's property and putting them in the pool. I know they're just being kids and it don't look like they're destroying them, but at the same time, like, low key, they might be destroying them because it's not supposed to be done. Oh, he's standing on the pool. He's gonna hurt himself. Alright, it's time for me to go because I'm being very distracted. And these people are going to give me anxiety with all this that they're doing on these people's chairs. So, okay, this video might have been, this little rant might have been all over the place, but I don't know. I hope you guys learned a little something. I hope that, you know, this was a great little, if y'all needed to talk to someone or listen to someone, I hope that I was able to do that for y'all. Like I said, this is like the purpose of me making these type of videos. This is low-key a part 2 of the life lessons, but it's more so like a rant style, like just a chit chat style, not really like a lecture type of style. So I hope that y'all enjoy just kicking it with me after my workout, chilling by the pool, just chatting, you know, just chatting. Catch me in the next video. Really watch my video on Wednesday, you guys. It's a really good video. It's about not having friends. I'll say that much. But I really think you guys should watch it. I feel like I'm very, 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 very transparent in the video. But I feel like my transparency can help you to like reflect and do a little bit of transparency on your own. I also try to get a little creative with the videos. So like my editing, I feel like it's getting a little better. And if you watch it, you know, it's supposed to give off a little vibe of like you're watching something else. You know, once you watch it, you'll hopefully you can see the vision, you can see what I was doing. So, you know, I tapped into my little creative director newfound skill. So I feel like if you don't get nothing, if you don't get like the main purpose of the video, maybe you'll feel, oh my god, he just hit his head on that chair. Okay, I'm gonna go. But yeah, if you guys don't get like the main purpose of the video, hopefully you get some like entertainment by the way that I set the video up, the way that I edit the video. So tune into that. That's gonna drop on Wednesday. And yeah, you guys, thank you again for continuing to support me, continuing to watch my videos. That's how y'all are supporting. Give these videos a thumbs up if you like them, because that's how I know like what type of videos to put out based off what you guys are liking. And yeah, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, because you know we're over here trying to make this a career. And so I need the subscribers to like go up, so I know that, like, you know, it's actually a career worth trying to do, you know. So please take like a second just to hit subscribe and to hit like if you actually like the video. And then, you know, I want to like engage with you guys and be a little bit involved. Like, I don't want to be sitting here talking to myself all the time. So like, don't be afraid to comment in the comment section. Let's have a conversation. Like, I literally don't be doing anything, so I have nothing but time to actually sit and read you guys' comments and respond, because what else am I doing, right? So comment too, let's chat so we can get to know each other a little bit better. And yeah, I am about to go take a shower now, because this person is over here staring at me like, what is she doing? It's like all up in my camera. So I'm gonna go take a shower and do something to this hair. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Saturdays. Bye.